Now, I want to just emphasize that I actually didn't get as much done as I thought I would. It's almost done, but it's not quite there yet. It's not quite finished. Thank you very much for the posture check and the hydrate, by the way. We'll go ahead and take care of that right now. Oh, I only have just enough water in here, too. Very good. Very good. Last drop. Always one of the best. All right, so hold on. We're gonna do the very rare full screen. Wow, it's all black back there, huh? Let me remove the filter. Let me remove the filter. How did I do that again? It's been a while. Nope, it's not that one. Where is the filter? Where is the filter? Hold on. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass and you gotta go like, I gotta put it on my other monitor. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so if I remove my chroma, whoa, we got green screen. Oh my god, you can see how dirty my shirt's that dirty. Holy crap, I didn't even realize. Oh, it's from like paint and shit. That's what it is. Yeah, it's all like, that's some of the paint that I got on it. Whoops. So it's not like dirty. I'm not a dirty boy, I promise. It just has a lot of paint on it from what I've been doing. Okay, so I'm gonna show off like a bit of my model, right? So I've been working on what's called a Necron Immortal, I believe. I think it's an Immortal. Shoot, is it the Immortal? I can never remember. It's like, I think it's the Immortal. I should get a nice smock, that is true. So I only have half of the body because I painted the legs. I haven't stuck it to the model yet. I've been painting the two pieces separately just because there's a lot of detail that I don't want obscured by pieces of the model. Like I say, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Like, I still have some stuff I need to work on, but I'll tell you guys about that. So this is what I've been working on so far. If it focuses, it should have autofocus on. Autofocus? Blech. Autofocus? Are you gonna focus? No. Oh, wait. It's focusing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you can see it just like, hold on. If I just do it like that, will that do it? Yeah, so you can see it like a little bit. Sorry about the shaky hand. I don't want my hand shaking so much. Hold on, focus. Focus not on my face. Focus. See, it focuses and then I move my hand there. Hold on. If I just do it like this, maybe it'll do it. Okay, it's focusing a bit more. So I have the gun painted. I have the body kind of done. I'm going for a kind of black color with like some metal in it. So it's like a dusting of metal just to kind of give it. I don't think you can really see it on camera, but it's like kind of shiny. Has a sheen to it. I really like the color of the weapon though. And I'm currently working on the knife, right? Come on, focus. Maybe I'll see if I can just autofocus it. Really quick. Well, not autofocus, but like focus it myself. Oh, that's wow! I just did that randomly. It actually worked perfectly. Yeah. So I'm working on the knife right now, like on the knife on the gun. You can see it has a little bit of silver on it. I think this is my best one so far. I need to clean it up, but like it has a little tiny bit of silver. It looks like a lot when you tilt it like that, but when it shines, it actually looks pretty good. But I don't know if that's quite how I want it yet. I'm kind of working on that right now. And you can see just like a little bit of like on the back here, I got like all that taken care of. He has like a spine that's like connected to this. It's a bit hard to see on the camera, mind you. But like you can kind of see it has like that kind of detail on it. And I wanna paint the gun like kind of a purple. I kind of want to paint like the gun itself a bit of a purple. I don't really want to keep it black. I like the energy that I gave it, like with the green. Did like some layers on it. It's pretty good. It's coming out the way I kind of wanted it to. It's kind of how I envisioned it all in my head. So I'm pretty happy with it. Like it's not anything spectacular, but like I wanted something that was like dark, but still metallic. And I think I've achieved that. I want to add like a little stripe of purple to his head because I want purple to be a part of the aesthetic of my army. Because he has like a little stripe, so I'm gonna put like a little purple stripe on his head. And I can't really point to it, but if you see in the middle of his chest, he has a bit of an emblem there. You can see it pretty good actually. I'm gonna paint that gold because I want the aesthetic of my army to be like kind of a blackened steel. So like kind of a shiny black steel, green glowing weaponry, and a bit of purple and gold highlights, I think, for like just some of the areas, like purple on the weapons, sometimes purple stripes if applicable, and gold somewhere, probably a gold on like an emblem or something, right? That's typically what I'm kind of going for with this. But for the moment, like, I'm happy with it. Right? Like, for the moment, I'm satisfied. Like, he's coming out essentially how I wanted him to. Of course, we'll see when I get more of him done. Like, he's not done yet. But, like, when he gets there, it's gonna look really nice. And I can't wait to show you guys. Like, I really wanted to have him finished by the stream today. But it's so long. You take such a long time on every little part that it's actually really impressive. Right? Because, like, every time I go in there, I think, man, I'm almost done. I can finish it. And then it's like I spend, like, 2 hours just trying to get the weapon to look the way I want it to, and, like, letting it dry and plan. Like, there's planning involved. Like, I spent a lot of time last night actually trying to figure out how I wanted to do the knife, like the bayonet, right? Because I wasn't really too sure. So I tried a couple different colors for the bayonet, and then I was like, I want it to be, like, kind of a gray, highlight a little bit of white, like, on the edge. Is this even the one that I think is actually, like, really good? Because there's one that's like, that's essentially, because I have like 5 models, but I brought like 3 in here. Which one is it? No, I think that one I'm still working on. There's one of these that has like a really good edge. Oh, it's this one actually. See if it focuses. See if it focuses. It will not. Okay. It's focusing too much on my lovely face, right? Let me focus it again real quick. It was like 90 something. It was like 96 or whatever. Yeah, so you can see this one. See, it still needs a little bit of cleanup, but you can see kind of the silver in there, right? Like you can see just like a little bit of the silver on the edge. Like I say, it doesn't really pick up well on camera, but like in real life, when you move it, it gets a nice little sheen to it, which I think is really, really nice. So yeah, just a little bit more, and then it should be essentially all done. But yeah, they're coming along. Like this has taken a long time, actually, to get right. But here's the thing, right? It's really not that hard. Like, I actually encourage people, if you do want to get into like Warhammer painting or mini painting in general, it's really not that bad. Like they're expensive. Like if you want to go down the Warhammer route, they're expensive, obviously. But like you pick up a combat patrol, right? Like find a faction you like, pick up a combat patrol. Maybe if you want to debate what kind of color you want to use, like think about it a little bit, and then you can tell the employees and they'll be able to get the colors for you. They're really good at that. Like people that are employed for like Games Workshop are very passionate about their work. Like I'm serious. Like every store I've gone into, the guys are always really fun and they're really helpful. And you may even find them doing like their own stuff in the store because they're just that into it. And then if you think like, oh, it's too expensive for like get a combat patrol like 100. I'm trying to think. I don't know how much mine was. I think the price has gone up. So we'll go on like a high end of like, say, you get a combat patrol, which is like just a bunch of minis. We'll go on the super high end and say like $170, $180. Now that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot of money. But think about this, right? I've been painting 5 of these guys. 5 of them, right? And this is just one single unit. 5 of them, and it's taken me like it hasn't been an everyday thing, but I've been at this, if I counted it as everyday, probably for like at least a couple weeks of like 2 hours a night. And this isn't even like a very intricate like color scheme I'm going for. It's actually pretty basic. If I'm being honest with you, it's very simple compared to like what Megan has been doing. Like I got to show you guys Megan's models. They're basically done. In fact, maybe I can actually harass her and just show off her models really quick too. You know, give me yeah, you know what? Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna show Megan's model because hers are basically done. Like she basically has hers finished. So I'm actually just gonna go do that. So I will be right back. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, ignore that. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Give me just 1 sec. 1 sec. Just need to take my seat real quick. I'm just gonna put these down. Green screen back up, just so you guys don't see this room. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show off Megan's models just really quick. Cause yeah, my color scheme is quite basic. Hers is a lot more detailed. And she's put a lot of time into hers. Like she tells me every single time she thinks she's gonna go in there to finish them, and then she adds more. So she's painting some Eldari, and look at that. Look at that. A nice blue. You got blue highlights on it. On the gun, you can see like some of the bumpy bits on the gun are like painted. The backpack, a nice kind of silvery. Even the bag, which you can just kind of see on him, I think, is a very nice like brown color. He does have the bag on him, right? No, one of the other guys does. Okay, no, one of the other guys has the bag. I don't know if I brought the guy with the bag in, but like you can see she has like a really nice like color scheme going, right? Like a nice blue, a nice color. And then she has her commander, which I think is really cool, who she differentiated him. She gave him a black helmet as opposed to the white helmet. And once again, you can just like see the details. She gave his little tassels on his legs like a yellow and like red color. And she gave one of his things on the back like gold. Like she gave him some like gold aesthetic, which I think is really, really cool, right? Like she did a really good job. So she is mostly done, whereas I am also mostly done, but I also need to do just like a little bit more to my guys. But yeah, so this has taken us a lot of time to actually do. So yeah, if you ever want to do it, like it's actually really not that bad of an investment. If you enjoy it, right? Because like it's really comfy. It's really comfy. Like that's probably what I like about the most is it's really comfy. You go in there and the time just flies. It's so chill and so relaxed. And like it's not stressful unless you make it stressful, right? But if you go in there with the mindset of like, I'm just gonna paint, and if I make a mistake, that's fine. I can fix it, right? Because you can just fix your mistakes. Typically, even if you want to strip the paint off because you feel like you made too much of a mistake, you can do that. It's really not that hard. There's stuff you can buy for that. So yeah, like once again, as an example, like $170 something, which even then I think is mostly just the Canadian price, mind you. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But like you spend $170 something and you pick up like a unit of say these, for example, right? You pick up a unit of these and more. Like if you get a combat patrol, it's like a unit of these, a big dude, another dude, I believe, and then just like some kind of vehicle, right? So you get like a good amount for it, and if you do it, you can play the game. Like you can play the game from a combat patrol. Now obviously this isn't including like the paint that you'll buy or like, you know, the like the brushes or anything, but even then you can probably find them fairly cheap at like a local hobby store. Or even if you just want to use like a slightly cheaper paint, I mean, you can do that too. But like this has taken like multiple weeks of just like sitting down and going, okay, we're gonna paint. And then we do 2 hours, and then that's usually as far as we get for a night. But yeah, like you know, like if it's something you just want to get into, it's really not that bad. Like my dudes have lasted me like a while. And I know when I open up my big combat patrol, which includes like say more stuff, it's gonna last me a long time to actually get through. So if you want to look for like time to money investment, like you'll spend a lot of time on these guys if you're like me. So if you ever want to get into it and you're willing to spend a little bit of money to start it up, it's not as bad as one would actually think, right? So it's really cool stuff. So I can't wait to finish my guys. I still have some ideas that I'm hoping I can do. But for now, I'm really happy with how they're looking. I'm going to put their legs on a bit later, and I'm going to put them on a base a little bit later too. Maybe over the next like couple of days, I'll probably be able to do that. So yeah, really fun. Really fun. Well, I'm glad I was able to show off at least like half a model to you guys, right? And in Megan's case, like a full model, which I think is absolutely beautiful, right? Like, I think she did such a good job. And I'm not just saying that because, like, you know, she's like my girlfriend or whatever. Like, I've been, and you know what? Here's the thing, too. Like, I haven't painted. Here's the thing as well. Like, if you're like, oh, nah, I wouldn't be good at painting. I don't think I could do it. I painted this guy after not painting anything for like a decade, right? And Megan, having not painted anything at all ever, did this, right? Like, just look up YouTube tutorials, look up like some people, and you know, just do what you want, right? Like, this isn't even like the canon color scheme. Just paint whatever you want, right? Like, she did this, and like, this isn't a canon color scheme either. Just came up with this idea. I was like, I want something dark but still shiny, and I went with it. Now, I mean, the weapon, like the energy color is kind of canon, but even then, it's not the same color. I still changed it, right? So you can have them be just like whatever you want, really. Let's see. Sorry about not reading what you said there, Bass, by the way. I can see it, I think. I agree the weapon looks great. Well, thank you. I can see the blade of the bayonet. I wonder if it would be nice to have like a blood stain on it. See, I was thinking about that. Right? I don't know if I'll do that. I might do it on some of them. I might not do it on each one. But I might do it on some of them to kind of differentiate them a little bit. Because you can do that. Like, I think you have like a technical paint that you can do that, but you can even just take some red paint and just like do little dabs here and there, right? Thanks for sharing. And yeah, I can tell. I assume most people don't paint with canon colors. I think a lot of people don't. I was going to actually until Megan did hers. And then I thought hers looked so good. I just didn't want to. I wanted to come up with my own because I thought it'd be fun. Yeah, it was fun. Took a long time trying to figure out what colors I wanted, though. Like, it took actually a really long time to figure out. Like, I spent like a couple of sessions just with like a test model, as I called it, just trying to figure out like how I wanted to paint it. So, you know, even that took me like a few days to figure out. But yeah, like, and if you're worried about like, oh, well, no, I want it to be, you know, okay, you know, is there any reason why it wouldn't like have this color to it or would have this color to it? It's like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Paint them however you want, right? Like I saw a post on the Warhammer subreddit where they were talking about Necrons, and one guy was asking like, okay, is there a reason, like, is there like any logical reason in the community that the community's decided like why they wouldn't paint a certain thing like on a Necron? Like, is the weapon energy supposed to look like that, etc., etc., or it would never be like that kind of color, etc., etc.? And this one guy said something which I think is really good. He said, my dude, I knew a guy at my local game store who painted all of his Necrons, aka these guys, pink and added pink flowers to the bases. Because you can just do whatever you want. It does not matter. Right? And even in the lore, they come up with like these fun reasons why it would be like that. Like in my Necron book, it's like, oh, you have this dynasty which has these colors and this dynasty which has these colors. But then you have all these other dynasties out there. And it's like, okay, well, that's a good way to explain it. Because you just have your own dynasty, essentially, right? It's really cool. They do a really good job. So if anybody here is watching and like wants to ever play Warhammer but is like feeling discouraged for some reason or another, whether it's like the price, which once again, the prices are pretty high. I'm not going to tell you they're not. But, you know, if you're worried about it, like, you'll invest a lot of time in these, right? You will invest a lot of time in your little dudes. So it kind of makes up for it, especially if you get the combat patrols. And then if you're worried about, like, oh, will I be good enough to paint? Megan did this with no experience. She looked up YouTube video tutorials, we watched them, and then she came up with this all on her own. Like, literally, she came up with this all on her own, and she did not have any experience painting. Like, and she was concerned. She was worried that it wouldn't be good, and it came out looking really nice. And me, I'll admit, even I was concerned, because I haven't painted anything in, like, a decade. And to be fair, I don't think I was that good at it when I was younger. But I think this is coming out looking really nice, and I really can't wait to see it finish. So yeah, if you're worried that you won't paint well, who cares? You'll learn. You'll probably do good. It'll probably look good enough at the very least. Like, you'll probably look at it and go, "Wow, that looks really nice." And or if you're, like I said, worried about money, like, you'll spend a lot of time on your guys. So if you're okay looking at it like an investment in an amount of time to work on your dudes, then, like, you know, it's good. And then you'll be able to play the game too, which is kind of a nice bonus if you're into that. Ugh, all right, yeah. So I think that's all the Warhammer talk I'm gonna do for now. We'll do a raid out to someone, because raiding people is fun, assuming anybody's around. I know sometimes at this time of night, at this time of day, not a lot of people will be around, so let's see. Their Gontro is playing some Final Fantasy. I might send it his way, because he was here earlier. Baby Rhino playing Baldur's Gate. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I haven't sent one to Baby Rhino in a long time either. We'll send it to Baby Rhino, because Baby Rhino is, I mean, their Gontro is really cool as well, but I kind of want to save a lot of Final Fantasy for when I get around to it. Kind of same for Baldur's Gate, but I feel like you can kind of hop into Baldur's Gate, and I probably be getting to Baldur's Gate for a while anyway. But I figure, you know, you can go in there to see some stuff, and, you know, it'll be fresh for me by the time I get around to it anyway. Oops, no, not that. So yeah, so we'll be doing another stream tomorrow of some more Final Fantasy 16. And I'm looking forward to seeing what lies beyond that gate. And Bass says, because self-expression is fun. It is fun. It is very fun. I highly recommend it. If you ever thought about painting minis, yeah, if you ever feel like painting minis, please do, right? Please do. Like, it's fun. It's fun. So once again, feel free to send out a nice frag raid his way. I will also just post a link to his channel really fast. And just in case the raid does not work. Oh. Oops. I knocked down one of the minis. It's okay, I'll pick that up straight away. All right. I guess that is it for me for now. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly had a good time. But for now, it's time to cue the outro. So frag out, and we shall catch you guys later.